Morning guys. So I fell off the conscious coffee wagon for a couple days with good reason. My whole world kind of just got rocked, and I just had at one point all my family here, and it was just a shitload of stuff going on. So it was some long nights and some not early mornings and just total chaos, and I did not feel compelled to jump on conscious coffee. With that said, I also had a whole bunch of resistance coming up over this week, and I'm not going to get into the whys of the resistance. I'm very aware as to what my whys are. I think that it's important to know what the whys of our resistance are, to kind of look at that, because when we have resistance, we tend to procrastinate a lot. We tend to get caught up in our thinking instead of our doing. And one of the things that we have to do, like I'm always preaching about, live the fuck yes life. Well, living the fuck yes life is not just about that go with the flow mentality. Is just go with the flow, but always show up for your life. Choose your life. And I make that statement a lot. Choose, claim your life. Well, claiming your life is all about choosing to take action no matter what. And just like this morning, I'm sitting here and I'm drinking my coffee, and I was getting ready to write in my journal, and it's like, do I want to do conscious coffee this morning, or do I just want to pick up on Monday and just do it on Monday and call it a week? Because I have all 1,000,001 reasons, excuses as to why to not be doing conscious coffee in this moment, or conscious coffee today in general. There's a whole bunch of reasons for it, but I'm choosing to claim my life. I'm choosing to show the F up right now so that I can have that fuck yes life that I do live, have that lifestyle that I do live, to keep things going the way they go for me, which is just like this magical overflow of shit that just keeps happening. And I sit around half the time, anybody close to me would say, yep, she says that all the time. I don't know how the fuck that happened. I don't know how the fuck that happened. Where'd that come from? Because blessings just kind of happen. I make jokes about Lady Luck's on my side. Well, don't really believe in luck, number one. I believe in making our own luck and having, things happen because we choose to make them happen. And we choose to make them happen by doing the things that we don't think that we know how to do, by doing the things that we don't think we have time to do, by doing the things that we may not always feel like doing, by just showing the fuck up consistently. And it is all about consistency and showing the fuck up. That's it. There's not really any big secret to anything other than those two things. And sometimes we have a couple days where we just take that break and we give ourselves that time off, and that's okay. But if you give yourself too much time off from showing the fuck up in your life, well then guess what? You're not going to be showing up in your life, and you're just not going to really truly ever achieve what you want to achieve in life. So I guess my message for today, much like the title of this conscious coffee, is just to show the fuck up. And that's what, just show the fuck up in your life. That means that, let me put it to you like this. There's a couple people in my world, in my coaching world, and my clients, and sorry people, if you watch this, I love you. I love you. But there are a few people that I have right now in my coaching practice that will not message me. I will pop them a message. I'll send them their homework. We'll do an appointment here and there. And it takes them forever to book another appointment with me. And then when they do book another appointment, or leading up to appointment, they'll send me an email or text or something, and they'll make the comment of, I need you to remind me to do this. I need you to, hold me accountable here on this. I really wish that you would have responded to this comment that I made back here or there. And that's all fine and dandy. As a coach, I do respond to a lot of things. I do choose to not respond to a lot of things. I let people process things out, My job is to help people to get to that place that they already know with inside themselves. It's just to awaken that spot, to kind of help them reveal it to themselves, but they have to reveal it to themselves. I'm just giving the guidance so that they can do that, and they have to make the choices to do those, to lift those veils consistently for themselves. That does not mean that as a coach that I'm supposed to consistently show up for that person so that they can go, oh, thank you for the reminder. Thank you for this. Thank you for telling me to do this. No, I'm not a babysitter. That would be very, very babysitting. And that's not what those coaches do. A good coach is going to guide you, and you are going to step up to the plate and actually take the play and do what is needed there. But you've got to want to do it. If you don't want to do it, if you don't want to choose your life first, then you're going to drown. Basically, you're just going to drown, and you're just going to live in average and ordinary land with a whole bunch of average and ordinary people, and there's no wah-wah about it, because that was your choice. We're making a choice every single day in everything that we do, whether we choose to show up or we choose not to show up. And those decisions rest only on one person, and that is ourselves, okay? So if you're waiting for somebody else to kick you in the ass to get things done, if you're waiting for somebody else to come up with some fantastic idea, or you're waiting for God just to come down and say, hey, here's this fantastic idea, here's the map, here's this, here's that, I've got the plan for you, that ain't gonna happen. It is not. I mean, I look at the course of especially like the last 8 months of my life, and probably the last year now significantly. I'm going to just go out there and I'm going to say year to 13 months. I have had so much turbulence in my life, and every single day I wake up and I don't know what the fuck to do. Every single day I feel like I just don't know what to do. And then there comes a space where I go, all right, so I don't know what to do. And I turn inward, which means that I go into alignment, and I get into alignment, and I get into that alignment with spirit, with God, with source, with whatever the hell you want to call it. I get into this alignment, and I go there, and I then listen to the action that I need to take there. Sometimes that means that I need to completely uproot my whole day and recreate it. Sometimes that means that I just need to put my head down and just plow through it, because that's what has to be done. Other times, I need to add things in or take some things out, and it's just this creation process. But no matter what it is, I go into this space of going internal to get into alignment with source, with God, and then acting from that space. Half the time, I don't even know if it's correct. Half the time, I'm set there. My ego, my logical mind is saying, are you sure? What might make you think doing that would be a good idea? Why, oh my gosh, look at the 101,000 things that could go wrong with this scenario, Kendal. You should probably maybe look at all of those things. And then inside of me, I just go, no, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. I'm making a call for my life consistently. And I just run on those calls. Some of them are good. Some of them are not so good. It's not about what's good and what's not so good. It's about making the call, making the decision, and showing the fuck up in your life every single day consistently. That's all it is. If you want to have that fuck yes life, you need to figure out what the things are that you need to do every single day to start to script the life the way you want it to go. And do it even when you doubt it, because when you're doubting it, typically that is just fear grabbing you by your balls and telling you, oh no, you can't do this, you can't do that. And that'll get you nowhere. That'll make you pause. That'll make you just stop. That'll make you just go, oh my God, I can't do this. And that fear is just going to take over. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to end up a bump on the log, as the statement goes, right? You just end up a bump on the log, and you'll get nowhere. That's not the fuck yes life. That's not living a life of bliss. That's not living a life of blessing. That is not calling down your blessings. That's not being in alignment to source. That is absolutely fucking not showing a drop of faith in God. And when we do not show faith in God, we actually dishonor God. At least that's my belief. I feel like I'm completely dishonoring God when I'm out of faith. And it just says, I don't believe that God can do it. And I don't believe that because it's like, if I don't feel like I'm worthy, what makes me think that if God created me and God is great, but I don't think I'm worthy, then how can I have any faith in God, right? And what am I actually saying? I'm actually saying God's not worthy, God's not great, God's not, the omega, the alpha and the omega. God can't do this, God can't do that. So I'm just stripping God of everything, which is very, very dishonoring. Very, very dishonoring. So I think that one of the biggest sins that we can do as human beings is to dishonor God in that fashion by not showing our faith, by not showing our certainty, and by not getting into that alignment and listening to the messages that come through us, because we are all spiritual beings and we all have beautiful intuition and we all have this conversation with God going on consistently. We just choose not to listen, much like we do in our relationships here in this world with the people in our life. We often choose not to listen and we just create what we want from it, and that just causes a whole bunch of chaos and nastiness. But when it comes to the conversation with God to get into alignment, it's all about us getting that alignment to script our life so that we can show the fuck up every single day the way that we know we need to. And there are consistent things that every single one of us probably needs to do. I mean, I know that there are probably about 5 to 10 things that I do on a daily basis, 99% of the time, because there are times that I fall off the wagon and crash and don't get those things done. I've had a couple of those days this week, matter of fact. But I'm choosing not to beat myself up. I just go, okay, you fell off. Time to get your ass back on and show the fuck up. So, and quite literally, that's exactly all I do. So I just go, okay, I just got to get back on the wagon and go. And I don't beat myself up for being human. I just go, okay, here we are. Here's the things that I need to do. Here's what I need to do, and this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do them consistently every single day, and I'm not going to let myself fall down from doing those. And I recommit to the process, recommit to the program. Well, what are your 5 to 10 things that you need to do on a daily basis to achieve the life that you want, to have that freedom-based life, to have that fuck yes life? What are those things? If you don't know those things, then you need to get brainstorming. You need to get some counseling, some coaching. You need to go and you need to get into it, have some prayer time, some meditation time. Go out there, search it out, go internal, do some internal work, access whatever content you need to get some of those answers met. Because if you don't know what you need to be fucking doing every single day to achieve the life that you want, then that is your number one task, is to figure out what those 5 to 10 things are. And then once you have them, do them. Just do them. Don't wait for somebody to text you to do them. Don't wait for somebody to call you to do them. Don't wait for me to get on a conscious coffee or a training to tell you to do it. Just fucking do it. And that's exactly what we have to do, is just consistently go through those things. 5 to 10 things every single one of us has. Get back on that horse. Create the horse if you don't have the horse yet. Figure out what they are and make them happen, because that's the only way that you're going to actually show up in your life. It's the only way you're actually going to achieve anything in your life. And when we fall down, when we have let things just kind of crash on us, the only way back onto it is to recognize, I fell off, or I don't know what to do. And that's okay. I don't always have to know what to do. If I have these few things that I need to do consistently, do those in faith. Do those in faith and consistently just keep doing them and opening up. Just keep opening yourself up and asking for that guidance, asking for that direction, because things will come to you through people, through music, through signs, through messages, like you everywhere. I believe that God is consistently speaking to us. It's a matter of if we are willing to see the messages, pay attention to the messages, and actually listen to them. And listening to them means not just going, I hear you, but all right, I hear you and I'm going to go do now. Take that action. Action is the only thing that will create the life that you want. Sitting around talking about it, thinking about it, writing about it, any of that other stuff, fucking phenomenal to get yourself into that place so that you can work through things. But ultimately, at the end of the day, the only thing that is going to get you to exactly where you need to be, where you want to be, where your heart and soul desire to be, is to take the fucking step. Just take the step and have faith that even though you can't see the stone below your foot, that it will appear as you need. And that's the only thing that you can do, is just to keep taking the step. And that is, yes, blind faith might be crazy, might be anything like that, but that it doesn't much matter. What you have to do is you have to take those steps, keep moving forward, and just go with your gut, go with your heart, go with your soul, get into that alignment. And as always, stop existing and start living. Okay, guys, I'm going to catch you on Monday, because it is Friday, and this was kind of like a Frank Friday out of the blue. I got up late. I was up with a kid with nasty, nasty croupy cough all night, and ended up having a nasty nosebleed. My poor little buddy. Oh my goodness, my 3-year-old. He's just not feeling good. It's been a rough week, but yeah. So, and I came downstairs, and I just wanted to not do conscious coffee, and I had 1,000,001 good reasons. Like, I'm supposed to be on a phone call here in just a second, and I was like, I don't have time to do conscious coffee. I don't have this. I'm not awake. I'm not feeling good. I'm not in the right mood. I look horrible. I'm this, da, 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 da. I was just like going through all this bullshit stuff, and it just came to me as I was sitting here, and the birds were chirping and everything. It's such a beautiful morning out, by the way. It really is. It's a beautiful morning out. And I was just thinking, that's all bullshit, Kendall. That is bullshit. You just need to get your ass on conscious coffee, and you need to commit and make that shit happen and just do it. And so here I am, and that ended up being the message of today. So I challenge you, if you just come on, because I saw that a few people just popped on, good morning to you. Love you guys. Go back, listen to it. I'm going to jump off of here, get on a phone call that I need to do, and catch everybody Monday morning sometime, because I changed conscious coffee from 6 a.m. to just conscious coffee whenever I get to it, first thing in the morning, because that's just the way my world is going right now. So sometimes when we can't necessarily find our flow, we create our flow. There's another message for you. If you can't find it, you create it, which, guess what, goes right along with the message of this conscious coffee, which means it is just all about take the fucking step. Just take action. Stop talking, stop thinking, stop communicating it, and just take the fucking leap. There you go. Big, wonderful words of wisdom there, that anybody who's out there doing it is going to tell you exactly what to do on that, and that means just take the step. It's not necessarily the step that you might think you should take all the time. You might doubt it. You might hesitate. You might be scared shitless. It's actually a good sign if you're scared shitless. And just take the step. So, okay. I'm off to my phone call, finishing my coffee and my journaling, because that's taking action. The things that I need to do for my day, for my fuck yes life, I have scripted out. I know exactly what my steps are. However they might come about, who knows? Who knows what I'm going to say or do in any of them. Spirit's going to guide me on that. But it's just moving forward in faith. And I will catch you Monday. Love you guys. Stop existing. Start living. See you Monday.